Hi everybody, I'm coming on to do a collective read for the 3-3 portal. So it'll be from 3-3 to 3-9 is when this 3-3 portal energy is said to keep on going. So it's going to be a 3-part card read. I am going to read from my African Goddess deck, my Reiki Chakra reading deck, and lastly, my Healing Herbal deck, which is one that I rarely do, but a lot of people need it. Alright, let's start with our Goddess deck. Hey Spirit, what does the collective need to know for the 3-3 portal? Okay, so the first card out we have is the Grief card. So with the Grief card, that could mean that there is some pent up emotions and pent up grief that some in the collective are not allowing to flow. And doing that, it's blocking a lot of manifestations or causing you to be in a scarcity mindset. And it could have to do with ones around you wearing a mask. And at the bottom of the deck, we have grounding. So, looking at this spread to come out, that's for the 3-3 portal energy. This is a massive time for manifestation. This is a great time to see a lot of things coming into fruition, but it's also very high pressure. So, with that Grief card, it's because around this time there's a lot of transition. There could be a lot of relationships that are ending. There could be a lot of friendships that are ending. There could be a lot of people who are transitioning onto the other side, into the spirit realm, and it can cause a lot of pressure. So, people could be avoiding looking at their manifestations and falling into a scarcity mindset, meaning that they want to try to hold on to everything that they have, which could make you dismiss somebody who may be wearing a mask around you and could even take advantage of your sensitive situation. So the advice is to make sure that you're grounding and taking care of yourself. All right, so that's part one with our Goddess deck. Okay, and so there was a final two cards that came out. So we have the Betrayal card and the Storm card. So that kind of goes along with that Mask card that came up at the end there. So you really want to make sure that you're paying attention to yourself, because when this Betrayal card comes out, that usually means that we are putting ourselves to the side, we're putting our feelings to the side. And there may be somebody around who is going to betray us, and it mirrors a lot of what we're already doing to ourselves, but it's going to cause a lot of storms right now, big shifts right now, guys. So please make sure we are grounding. All right, guys, so now we're going to move on to our Reiki Chakra Healing deck. Okay, Spirit, what chakra points does the collective need to work on? Okay. All right. So the first card out is our Clarity card, and it's with our third eye chakra. And at the bottom of the deck, it's also visualization. So right now, there may be a lot of people experiencing a lot of dreams, a lot of downloads, massive downloads, a lot of dreams coming through right now. So whatever you've been visualizing for your life right now, you're going to be getting a lot of clarity on that around this time. Okay? And following up those two cards, we have the Heart Chakra with Love. So right now during the 3-3 portal, we have in the collective that we have to really be working on loving, and loving ourselves is the first advice that we always get. Make sure that you are doing whatever you can to be really loving to yourself, so that those visualizations of your life and of your future are going to be positive ones. And if there's something that you've been unsure about, especially when it comes to your relationships and what you want to do with your life and how you want things to go moving forward, you'll be getting some clarity on that right now. It's not going to always be something that you expect. It is not going to be anything for most people that's very palatable. What's going to be coming through with this 3-3 portal is it's almost like it's always going to be like a shock factor. Positive or negative, is going to blow your mind. So you want to do whatever you can to make sure you gain some clarity. Let me get a final message with these ones. Okay, that meditation card is standing out pretty heavy. Now, with the meditation card coming out, and this one is with the crown chakra. So that makes sense for that to be here because we had that third eye here that we needed some clarity on. Bring in your meditative routine. So you remember with our goddess deck, we just seen that the advice is to make sure you're grounding, right? Now look at this person. You see right there their heart, even their heart chakra is lit up in this card. Okay? So whatever clarity you need on these relationships or your plans going forward, meditate on it, make sure you're praying and make sure you're grounding so that you can be in this type of energy during the 3-3 portal. Okay, finally. Now, those two decks, they went pretty quickly. That's because I wanted to really get to the herbal healing deck. And this one goes a little more in depth, and it gives more specifics, gives a little more remedies of what we can do and actually use what's from the earth to help us get through the 3-3 portal. Okay, so with my pre-shuffle, the first one that came out was conservative, and I don't know how well you guys can see that. It reflects quite a bit. Okay, and so what that tells me is that we most likely have like different views and things like that from outside of us that may be influencing how some of us are reacting during this 3-3 portal. Or it may be having to do away with a lot of conservative type of ideas or ideals that we have been used to. We might have to just throw all those things away, guys. Okay, Spirit, what herbs and healing do we need at this time as the collective? Oh. All right. Okay, cool. All right, guys. The very first card out is Healing Golden Seal. And I wish you guys can really see like the illustrations on these. Like, look at the eyes on the golden seal plant, just lit up. So whatever healing that we have that needs to come through, it's going to open our eyes. Remember how I was talking about that shock factor? Remember how I was talking about that? It's going to be boom, like our eyes are open. And right with that, we had clover, which is flow. Okay? And you can see here, you can see the clove in the picture. You see how it's like rooted and just like almost like it's radiating. With clove is a type of herb that is used for so many things, but one thing that some people may not be aware of is that clove is great for flow, which is monetary flow and also our circulatory system. It's really cool. And once again, here we go. That's why I'm so happy that I went ahead and just got to the herbal healing deck, because we have more confirmation here. And what does that say? Grounding. Ugh. And that one is with the wood botany plant. And I don't think I could say it any better, guys. Right here at the bottom of the deck, we have Vitex, which is in self-mastery. Let's say thank you to all of our spirit team for just being so clear with us. Okay, so I'm going to recap just a little bit. So first off, we left off with the Storm card with our Goddess deck. That means it's a big shift, a lot of things coming in and changing, making sure you're grounding, make sure you're protecting yourself. What else did we leave off? We left off with meditation with our Reiki deck. Make sure you're protecting yourself, grounding yourself to deal with a lot of these changes that are coming up, people transitioning. Now, let's go ahead and grab the book for our Golden Seal healing. And so what is really good about the book that goes along with these cards is that it goes into 4 different categories. So it goes roots, herbs, flowers, and trees. Okay? And it can also be likened to winter, spring, summer, and fall. Okay? Now, looking at our cards, we actually have one card from each category. We have a root. We have our herb. We have our flower. And at the bottom of the deck, we have our trees. So cool. Nice and balanced for us. I love it. So let's go ahead and look up that Golden Seal now. Okay, so with each one of these cards, there's a full, it's a whole book for each one. So I'm going to shorten it a little bit and just get to the gist of what we need to know about it. So some things that Golden Seal is used for, it has antiseptic qualities, okay? And it's also great for the solar plexus, and it's great for the stomach, the spleen, and the gallbladder. So there could be some confidence things that the collective has to work on right now. Cool, right? So when Golden Seal appears to you, it's time to focus on your own healing. No matter how pure your intentions may be to help others, it's crucial that you first focus on yourself. As you clear away attachments to past traumas and pain, your innate ability to heal others will be activated. So right now, collective, this is showing up telling us that we need to do better at putting ourselves first, because doing this will be able to, in turn, actually help other people. Overall, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? Okay, so now we're going to go to our clove. And so with clove, red clover removes congestion not only from the blood, but also saliva, tear ducts, and glands that have become hardened after infection. So remember how I was talking about that circulatory system? It's talking about all the things that move around in our body. We especially want to look at the blood. And clover comes into your life to herald a time of movement, change, and flow. And drawing a clover is a sign for a pleasant turn of events, guys, and good fortune is coming our way. This may come in a number of forms, such as synchronicities, an unexpected windfall, a new opportunity, or a lucky flow of events. Okay, so there's going to be a time right now where there's going to be new opportunities in your life. There's going to be new things that are happening. There's a lot of change that's going on, but it's good changes. Even though change can be, difficult for some people. My sun sign is a Taurus. I really had to learn how to roll with the punches and really like changes. So with this clove coming up, it shows that, hey, go ahead and get some work done with your movement, moving your circulatory system, getting tongue-tied. Your circulatory system so that things can flow better within and you have better flow without. All right? Okay, so next we have the wood betony plant, which is for grounding. Okay, remember we talked about that. Now, wood betony is a perennial native to Europe. Okay, it also soothes and fortifies the nervous system. Now, you remember how we were talking about here in our Reiki deck, we were talking about that visualization and we were talking about that clarity, right? Now, on top of that, we had our crown chakra, which was meditation. You have to soothe your nervous system in order to really get into a meditative state, right? Okay, So we see how it's flowing together, right? It's all balanced. I love it. So drawing wood betony serves as a reminder to stay grounded. This small herb stays close to the ground, sending up thin stalks with purple flowers each year. And it is, let's see, hold on. Oh, and this is another one for the solar plexus remedy. So it improves gut level instincts and your intuition. Now, a strong solar plexus also provides self-esteem and willpower, which can protect us from unwanted influences of all kind. Guys, now you guys remember when we were looking at the goddess deck, that betrayal card came up about all that grief and stuff. If you are grounded, if you're making sure to take care of yourself, putting yourself first, making sure you're meditating and calming that nervous system, it is less likely that somebody can take advantage of the sensitive situations many of us are in at this point, especially with this 3-3 portal going on and the energy being so hiked up, you know? And there's also another message here. Grounding yourself will serve as protection from negative and destructive energies. One of the best ways to get grounded is by connecting to the earth. Okay? Now, there may be some places that you live in and it's really cold and you really don't want to go outside. You can even ground right there in the snow. You can go right there on the front, on your porch. Right there. Even just feeling that cold shock your system, it's even an even quicker way to go ahead and ground. But please, if you can go out, get into the grass, get into some soil, do that. All right. Okay, guys, last but not least, we have the Vitex, which is the self-mastery one. Okay. Okay. So with the Vitex plant, it's also known as the chaste tree. This plant has a history association with chastity. Okay? Remember that self-mastery, and it's called the chastity berry. And it has a peppery flavor. Okay? And in ancient Greece and Rome, women wore these flowers or carried a Vitex twig as a symbol of their chastity. Okay? Now, this is more used for the nervous system, for nervousness, and for ADHD, hyperactivity, and hypersexuality. And so what I'm feeling with this one is we got to gain control of our flesh. So remember how we were saying before, there may be some grief, there may be some relationships that are ending, but there are times where that chastity, man, is hard to hold on to, especially when like the feelings may still be high with somebody, but they're really not good, you know, to be in a relationship with. So this is talking about mastering that part of yourself, and you can even use this herb to help stifle those types of desires so that you are staying focused, you're staying grounded, and you're staying in your spot so that you're not allowing yourself to lose any discipline or get distracted right now. We got to stay focused, guys. Okay, so this can also talk about a surge of energy that may require for you to have more self-control. That there may be a relationship or spiritual experience that you're really looking for, but it all comes back to having self-love. Now, listen to this part. It says, perhaps you're feeling hunted, haunted, or sought after by an unwanted energy. If this is the case, explore how your own energy has attracted this influence. Now remember how we're talking about, make sure you're staying grounded, taking care of yourself, doing all these things so that you can protect yourself. Because if we are lacking in that and we're lacking in self-love, we're lacking in really that self-care department, it opens us up to these types of energies, rather spiritual or physical. And if you can harness the influx of this energy at this time, you'll be able to channel it into creative pursuits. All of this is just going to go back to your goals, your skills, your focus in life, so that it comes back to you taking care of yourself and honoring yourself. Okay? All right, guys. That is what I have. So, remember, ground yourself, protect yourself, meditate, and take your herbs. If you want to know or have it repeated what these herbs were that we got out of the healing book, so you can take a gander and go ahead and try to make yourself some teas and things like that. Always talk to a doctor before you try any type of herbs or any type of herbal medications. Do your research before you do that. But you can always bring on the energy of that. Make sure you're in your flow, you're grounding, you're healing, and you're practicing some self-mastery skills. All right, guys, I hope this resonated with somebody. Let me know what you think. Comment, react to the video. And I hope you guys are having a lovely time. Enjoy the 3-3 Porter. Bye-bye.